Get ready to smile and feel your heart melt as we dive into the top 5 most adorable animal interactions with humans. From unlikely friendships to heartwarming rescues, these moments showcase the incredible bond that can exist between humans and animals. So grab a box of tissues and get ready to be charmed by these cute and cuddly creatures. Here we begin. Aggie the polar bear. There is a man named Mark Dunes who has been caring for a polar bear for the past 18 years. He's basically her human parent now, and the love shared between the two is proof of that. Mark started taking care of her when she was only 8 weeks old. He has seen and helped her grow into this 60-stone, fully grown creature. But for Mark, Aggie is still a baby. Mark lives with his wife, and although Aggie is friendly with Mark's wife, Aggie does not like it when his wife starts taking too much of Mark's time. Aggie is used to Mark spending most of his time with her and doting on her, so when she sees anyone, especially a female, around Mark, Aggie starts getting a little too cranky. She's quite protective of Mark and quite possessive too. Aggie is very close to her guardian provider and best friend and starts getting upset if Mark is not around her for a long time. However, they share an emotional bond, and looking at their interaction is enough to warm anyone's heart. KERRY the horse. A horse saved her owner's life during an attack. A woman named Fiona Boyd was at home alone one day at the farm owned by her family called Chapmanton Farm near Kirkcudbrightshire when she suddenly started hearing the cries of a calf who sounded like it was in a lot of pain. So Fiona went over to see what was wrong and found out that the young calf was in distress because it had separated from its mother somehow. So Fiona tried moving the calf and its mother into the same shed. Still, the mother calf saw its young offspring crying and thought that Fiona had done something wrong. So the calf charged over and attacked Fiona, knocking her to the ground. And every time Fiona tried to escape, the mother calf just wouldn't let her. But then Fiona's horse, a 15-year-old mare named KERRY, who was grazing in the field nearby, heard Fiona's screams, ran and charged at the mother calf, attacking wildly with a force that gave Fiona a chance to make it out of there safely. Fiona said the horse is why she's still alive today, or the calf would have killed her. GOBI the dog. A runner named Dion Leonard met a dog in one of his races and became friends for life. Yes, let us tell you from the beginning. Dion Leonard went on a race once where he had just completed the first stage. The final race was to complete a 155-mile journey across a marathon period of 7 days in China's Gobi Desert. While resting there, Dion noticed a ragged-looking dog begging for food. He felt a pang in his chest and gave some of his food to the scruffy dog. So the following day, when Dion returned to his spot, he saw that the dog was also waiting for him at the starting line to complete the next stage of the race. Dion was surprised to find out that the dog never left his side the entire race, and it even helped scare some of the competitors in the race to climb over the Tian Shan mountain range. After that, however, the two developed a strong bond. By the time the dog, which was supposedly a mixed breed of Chihuahua and Shih Tzu, had completed the journey of 77 miles with Dion, the 44-year-old man had made up his mind to adopt the dog. So after the race, he decided to take the dog back to Scotland and named it the Gobi. But unfortunately, in August 2016, when Gobi had to go through quarantine, she got lost, and Dion kept waiting for Gobi in the city of Urumqi in China. When Dion couldn't find the Gobi, he started a huge campaign to find his dog, and luckily, the two reunited once again. Dion has even written a beautiful book about his incredible friendship with his dog. Talk about friendship goals. FILIPPO the dolphin. You might have heard that dolphins are one of the most beautiful living creatures in the world, but did you know that they're incredibly friendly too? And while human beings saving drowning children is considered a brave act, what would you call an animal that saved a teenager from drowning? A real-life superhero, isn't it? So let us tell you a little more about the dolphin. But first, do you want to know what it's called? FILIPPO. FILIPPO had been living in the waters of southeastern Italy for nearly 2 years after it got separated from its family of dolphins when they were taken to visit a nearby school of dolphins. Sad, right? Whether it's humans or animals, everyone loves their families, and getting separated from them is quite a tragedy. But it didn't take long for the cute dolphin to become an extremely popular tourist attraction in the area. People loved watching this stunning dolphin doing cute tricks in the water. But Filippo's popularity peaked when it saved the life of the 14-year-old boy. Sounds unbelievable, right? But Filippo made it possible. No wonder why this story has won the hearts of millions of people. Our friend saved the life of a boy who had accidentally fallen into the Adriatic Sea and was helpless because he didn't know how to swim. So Filippo acted like a godsend and saved the day. The teenager was named David Sasi, and he was there on a trip with his parents when he fell down the boat. And the worst thing was that his parents had no idea about it. David was slowly sinking down into the water. He would have died within a few seconds had he not been saved by Filippo, who saw the human in pain and anguish and helped him come back to the surface by pushing him, and then took him close enough to his parents' boat where Emmanuel, David's father, pulled his son out of the water. David's mother, Signora, called Filippo a hero. She was very surprised by the incident and seemed taken aback by how an animal could have the instinct or even feel the need and emotion to save a human life. It was beyond her understanding, but she was utterly grateful to Filippo for saving David. A maritime researcher named Dr. Giovanna Barbieri, who has observed Filippo, says that Filippo doesn't seem to have even the tiniest bit of fear of humans. On the contrary, he loves interacting with them, and she was not surprised to find out that the water creature has done something so wonderful and saved the life of a human being. Dimdim the penguin. In 2011, João Pereira de Souza, a 71-year-old woman living in South America, came across a Magellanic penguin on a beach while on a trip to an island near the Rio de Janeiro, Brazil coast. He was alone on the trip since his wife had died, and when he saw the penguin lying on the beach covered in oil, he went to pet it, and it took him no time to form a special connection with the flightless bird. João Pereira de Souza decided that he was going to take the beautiful creature home and named him Dimdim. The penguin was in very poor health and was left to starve alone on the beach. So João Pereira took it home and cared for it with love so the penguin could be healthy again. He cleaned up Dimdim's tarred feathers and fed him daily with a healthy diet of fish and other things that would help bring back Dimdim's strength. The two grew even closer, and Dimdim became João Pereira's companion in his old age. João started feeling less lonely with Dimdim around, but he knew that keeping the penguin with him forever would not be fair for the water creature. João Pereira knew that his beloved Dimdim's place was in the sea, so he had to decide to send it back to its original home, even if it broke the 71-year-old man's heart. So João Pereira took Dimdim back to the beach one day after he was completely healed, and then let him back to the sea. The old man could never have even thought that he would see his friend ever in his life again. But Dimdim loved João Pereira equally, and instead of going to the waters, he turned around and returned to stay with his friend. João Pereira honored Dimdim's wish and took him back home, where the two stayed together for the next 11 months. It was one of the best times of João Pereira's life. Dimdim disappeared after changing his coat and gaining new feathers, like all penguins. Somehow, guess what? Dimdim traveled 5,000 miles from his homeland, the coast of Patagonia, and returned to meet João Pereira at his home the following year. Dimdim has been making the journey every year since then, and he lives with his human best friend for 8 months before going back to his home again. João Pereira says that he loves the penguin like his own child, and by the way, the penguin returns to him every year. He believes that the penguin loves him too. The penguin doesn't like anyone else touching him because he pecks them if they do, except for João Pereira. Comment your views below and subscribe for more such videos.